Evan, so we are recording our 20th episode. Um,
Hmm.
we've tore down over 20, with a couple
The quick takes. Yep.
quick takes. So, probably close to 30 movies. As we've learned, you're not going to the theaters a lot. But, Companion, our first teardown, came out in theaters in January. It is now available to stream if you have a Max account. Do you
Hmm.
have a Max account?
I do actually.
Excellent. Have you added it to your watch list? Because you did say you would stream it.
Oh no, I've already seen it. Yeah, I saw it already.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I will watch it this week.
All right, cool. So for our next record, we can talk about it. Finally.
Yes. I mean, but I saw part of the second trailer, so I've seen most of the movie. I feel
Yeah,
like.
and that's unfortunately.
Um.
I mean, the posters what sort of
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
gave something away, but I think there's still a little more to it. So, curious to hear your thoughts.
That said,
Um,
is Mickey 17 on streaming it? Because I kind of want to watch that before campaign. I just want to see that. Probably not yet.
I mean, it's still just like for rent. I think
Okay,
still
okay, okay.
premium
All right, then
PVOD.
I'll watch Companion.
Yeah, I think Mickey 17, I would guess, will hit max in about 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
That's my
That's
guess,
okay.
just because it came out 6 weeks after roughly
Mhm.
Companion, so give or take. So
Yeah. No, I'll watch it. I mean, I've watched movies. I'll go through the list and I'll see what's on streaming, and then I'll add them.
good, good. All right. I want to be able to talk to you about it. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
all right, finally. All right.
I feel like it's amazing. I feel like in starting this podcast and doing all these sort of trailers, it's made me more and more aware of how there's just like a certain number of actors, a very few, that are just in every freaking movie. Like it's
Yeah,
just,
I mean, I think
like
when you're hot, you're hot. Like Jack Quaid.
yeah, like Jack Quaid is just in everything now. Like everything. What's the one I
We
just
should do its
yeah.
tally. I should make a spreadsheet or something where we can just keep track of all the movies and just sort of like what stats, like how many times has like we've done four Jack Quaids, or Jack Quaid has been in
Yeah.
four movies, Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd, whoever.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Jenna Ortega, ever since Wednesday, sort of, well, I mean, probably before that too, but like kind of gets her choice of movies. But it's yeah, I mean, it's like the Sarsgaard, Paul Rudd, Jack Quaid. I think
Oh,
I want to
Pedro
say I want
Pascal.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to say Hollywood's got a sexism problem because we already know it does. But like, it's interesting that we don't get that same level with female performers. We should that it should there should be ones up there. Maybe
So you know
maybe.
who
But that said, Aubrey Plaza used to be in like a ton at a time.
you know who's the female version of Pedro Pascal?
Who?
Nicole Kidman.
Oh, she's in a lot. Yeah.
She is in like a show for like all the streamers. She'll have a movie or two, maybe a movie a year, but like like I think she's checked off each streamer: Hulu,
Mm.
Amazon, Netflix, Max, HBO. Like she has so much stuff, and I think she has and then like multiple seasons too on some of these. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, that's true. But okay, so we can name one, you know? It's
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's I don't want to get political, but I feel like there are certain things that people get outraged over. Certain people get outraged over, and then when the easiest thing to say is like, okay, name three people who fit that category, and they can't even name three people that are in a category that they think is like, you know, uh, causing an issue, and it's because it's such a small thing that's been blown up that I feel like we can name so many male performers who are like in so many movies, who have their choice of movies or in a lot of stuff, and we can name maybe one female, which,
yeah.
you know, we need that balance.
I think it comes down to like who's hot at the moment, and so like if this actor's hot or that actress is hot, like the studios are gonna want them in
Hmm.
their
Hmm.
projects. You know, it's So,
Yep. All right. Welcome back to Trailer Teardowns. I'm one of your co-hosts, Evan Bass Seisel, joined by Angel Acevedo, and today we're discussing the trailer for I Don't Understand You.
yes, this is a small movie. It's being released by Vertical, independent movie, played festivals, got picked up by Vertical. So the movie it's directed by two gentlemen, David Joseph Craig. It's his first feature as a director, and he has three first names. And Brian Crano. He's directed a couple features, Permission and A Bag of Hammers. Never seen any of those.
Though A Bag of Hammers is a really interesting title.
It is a good
I feel
title.
like that's like a good title for an action movie. And the guy is like a carpenter, but he's also a former, MI6 or whatever, like person who comes out of retirement. It's like Taken, except for the carpenter just comes and kicks everybody's butt. There was
Yeah.
the
I,
Bricklayer, wasn't that a movie?
well, yeah, I think
Yeah, like where
who was
where
it? Wasn't
again
that like
an action movie.
yeah,
I think it was Bricklayer. I saw it.
was it Danny Trejo?
No, no, no. It was oh man. Dirty blonde hair, male actor. Crap.
Narrow it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's not Statham because he has no hair.
No. No, no, no.
All right. So Nick Kroll and Andrew Rannells star in this, and it comes out on June 6th. So, what do you think of the trailer? What stood out to you?
Well, I mean, I'll say this just from the top. This is this is one of the trailers that went on too long and showed too much for me.
Agree.
Um, I like the setup and I like the turn, but it should have stopped after the turn or done something where it was short cuts where you're seeing different action things rather than key moments. And I get that they leaned into, oh, they killed one person and then, oh, now they're killing another person and then they killed another person, and it's like, oh, it's all piling up and now it's about what are they going to do. But it felt like they showed so many of the jump moments, or like the like, oh no, why did you do that moment, that when you see the film, like what are we gonna see?
Yep.
That was like my initial take. I don't know, what is your initial?
Same thing. But just to kind of pivot from that, I thought it was funny. I laughed
Mhm,
when
mhm,
it asked me to laugh. I thought there were funny moments. Yeah, Nick and Andrew play off each other very well. Um, Andrew, he's funny, but he has not, at least from what I've seen, the things I've seen him in, he has not played a different character ever.
mhm,
At least
mhm.
again, at least from the
He's
things that
a
I've seen.
he's a leading man in in the way that he acts. He's
Yeah,
always
is
himself, a version of
like I
himself.
feel like this character could have been plucked from Girls, could have been plucked from Black Monday. Nick Kroll, I find him funny.
Mhm,
But also very similar. He kind of always plays this sort of same type of character, maybe where he skews harder one way, like maybe depending on the project, he's either more like a douche asshole
mhm,
type
mhm,
or like maybe a pretentious I'm better than you type.
mhm,
Both are kind of like very adjacent type of personalities, but and he's good at that. Like he's,
mhm.
he nails that. So it does it the trailer does a good job of setting up like who the characters are. It's a gay
Yeah.
couple. They're um
One's worried about, getting mugged, or, very, like, kinda anal retentive, protective.
yeah, and they're going on a trip, maybe a baby moon before they are about to adopt a baby or
Mhm.
they have a
A
surrogate,
surrogate, yep.
whatever. So and then things happen. But I agree. Like this trailer just shows too much. Maybe all of the movie. I feel like I could see all three acts of the movie, the
Mhm.
beginning, middle, end. It's kind of all there, all the way to like, the seeing them trying to probably run to the airport to get through security to get back to the states to get away from
Yeah, the chase
probably
scene.
the police probably chasing them at the airport.
Well, I'm curious if because it's an indie film, they felt that they needed to, like, show more to entice people to see it, because if not, they wouldn't get people in the theaters. That maybe that's like, in trailer design, there's a because we saw this with the other another trailer, right? Oh my gosh, the
The other movie
romance,
with the other movie with the gay
yeah,
couple,
the other gay couple movie, yes.
and A Nice Indian Boy.
Yeah, a nice scene. Like, and that one equally hit the laugh points, and it was, had so many great moments that clearly the film is like a fun film. This film, I agree. Like, I've been to Italy. I've been to an Airbnb where the person didn't speak anything other than Italian.
And you've
I
murdered
spent like
them
half a
and
no,
all of
but
that,
it was
yeah.
spent like half an hour with them talking at us in Italian and not understanding a word that they were saying and trying to guess at it. That like, even those moments, I'm like, "Oh, it's so good. It's perfect." But like, I don't want you to give it away.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. It's a smaller movie. It doesn't have big stars. So you're selling it on the comedy and you're selling it on sort of like this the stakes of what's going on, the thriller aspects, the dark comedy, the murders, and they're just like throwing it all at you to hopefully like, oh, I'll see that movie, even though you're seeing it as you're watching this trailer. But yeah, I think that's a good reason. Similar to like, A Nice Indian Boy, very coincidental that they both feature gay characters, but again, that was a smaller movie, not big stars. I think they're just trying to show a lot in there just to kind of get
Yeah, but
people
that said, like,
enticed to see it.
the but even in both of these movies, this one and A Nice Indian Boy, both of the lead actors are well-known names. Like, you recognize them. I mean, I know Nick Kroll and Rannells aren't, blockbuster names, but you recognize them from tons of other things. Same
Yeah,
thing for the
true.
other one that I thought was interesting.
Yeah,
But
no, it
it's
is like
not
that.
like Tom Cruise for sure.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like it's, but I feel they're not even. I feel like on the level of like say a Paul Rudd too. So
Mhm.
there are like they're not unknowns, but they are not probably you know, middle America are probably not like, oh, who I know these people. I know
So
these actors.
I'm gonna throw a slight curveball in for you. I'm gonna do
Okay,
a little detail. At 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the trailer, did you notice it's a shot of the woman who gets knocked down the stairs and we think dies? They do like essentially CPR and break her rib or something is what's implied.
great sound
Um,
effect there, by the way.
yeah, God. Uh, and
What was it? What was the timestamp?
2 minutes, 10 seconds. She's on the table and she sits up.
Oh yeah, yeah. They give
So
that
she's
away.
not actually dead.
No,
So,
yeah.
I'm
Again,
curious
it's
when that appears in it, right? Like, is it after they kill her son? Also, like, why do they have to keep murdering people? Like, do they have no like, they are bad people. I think like, sometimes I think of, remember that Michael J. Fox TV show that came out a number of years ago, and it was like, I don't know what it's called, the Michael J. Fox show or something, and he was playing himself, but the issue I had with that, and it only had 1 season, is he was supposed to be, like a sympathetic character because he had Parkinson's. However, his character he was playing on the TV show was like sexist and kind of a womanizer and kind of not a good friend. Like he didn't have endearing characteristics. I
mm,
feel like the one thing I'm worried about from this trailer with this movie is in the first half they set them up as like this great loving couple. You like them, you kind of like fall in love with them in love and they're going to have a baby and but then they sort of turn into these serial killers. And it's
yeah,
like,
but
"Oh,
I think
it's
it's more
not our
situational.
fault."
No, I think it's more situational, and I don't. That doesn't bother me so much. It's
Okay.
situational. I
They
think
had to
it's
do it.
but, like, it's funny, like, when they killed the son,
Yeah,
like,
he's like, "Oh,
and,
you dead. I'm gonna dead you now." And he's
yeah,
but like
you're going like, when he and I actually got fooled there too, because I thought that the Italian son was saying, "You're going to be dead," to Nick Kroll's character. I was like, "Oh, crap." And so just like them, I kind of fell for that, and I again, I laughed there too, and I thought it was funny. But, yeah, I mean, my thing is like, I hope there isn't, like, some weird, lame twist, where maybe it's revealed like, oh, they've actually murdered a infamous crime family, and so now they're off the hook and they're able to get away with the various murders and get to live happily ever after with
Yeah.
the baby
Well,
that they're getting.
so they did have that interesting setup right before the twist, right? Where the guy's like, "Oh, I set you up with a special dinner reservation." And then it's like, "Be safe," or something. What was the line?
Yeah.
Which does set it up. It's like, okay, why did that person say that? Like,
Mhm.
that's gonna play out later. It's sort of a Chekhov's gun. It's going to play out. And so hopefully it's not like, oh, that knife you had was a fake knife, and this guy's not really dead, and it's fake blood. Like, it's all you know,
Yeah,
s-
like
it's a test to see if you're good parents, like that weird movie that we that we reviewed.
which one?
The one with the test if you're a good parent. The
Oh, the assessment.
Yeah, the assessment.
No,
Like, what
yeah,
if
it's
it's
just like
I hope it's not that.
because it seems like they're at least killing 3 people. I think there's, like, 3 people that they
At
hit
least 3, yeah.
because they hit the person with the car, there's the
Yep,
mom, the son.
yep.
So, what
There should be
logical
consequences.
yeah, what are the consequences? Do they get away with it? Do they just get to live happily ever after, get back to the States and have their baby, or what? Like, so that just could be lame. I think they coulda just,
Called the
ended this
cops and been
trailer.
like, "Hey, somebody fell down the stairs, like, oh, like, please come."
Yeah, yeah, you think yeah, I'm curious, like, what there's probably more to it than maybe
I think it's I mean,
why don't they do that?
it'll be the standard cliche of, like, "They'll assume we did it, and I bumped her in the dark, and therefore I murdered her even though it was a complete accident." Like,
Yeah.
"They won't believe us, we're Americans." Or, "We're"
It just obviously escalates more and more, and they
Yeah,
just are
yeah.
just digging themselves
And I
into
think
a
they did a
deeper hole.
good job of that escalation in the trailer. However, I think it takes away from, the going to see the movie because you feel like you've seen it all.
Yeah, I think the all trailer version of this is like you could go start it as you started all the way through. I think you can end the trailer after the Italian mom's son leaves the table and Nick and Andrew say, "Go now," and they get up and then you can just cut to the title card. Like
Or
you
you
don't
could
know what
even
happens.
if you wanna add a little more, you could have that son being like, "I dead you now. I dead you." And he's like, "No, no, no." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah. Why don't you want me to dead me?" And then you cut to just, Andrew Rannell's character being like, "I mean, I had to do it. He was gonna kill you, but you don't know what he's done." Because that way, he could
Yeah,
have knocked him out. He could have something. And
but
there,
like that also has like but, like, that has a funny joke and again, I laughed, like, when he's like, "Oh, yeah," and Nick Kroll's, like, kinda, like, going along with it, and he's like, "Oh, yeah," and then he was gonna drink that bottle of champagne, it's a pretty funny
yeah,
line,
yeah,
and
yeah,
but, like, I don't know, I feel like I wouldn't even show that, like, they kill him or even
yeah.
allude to that they did something, they knocked him out, I think and that I think that was roughly maybe just under 90 seconds there
Mhm.
or, that I think that coulda worked, but, you know, they have to show more,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
and I
and
mean, I'm curious as that we do more episodes if the standard thing for indie films with trailers is to show more because some marketing thing says that's what you have to do if you don't have these big names.
Mhm,
I'd be curious. I personally don't think that is the route to go. I think less is always more because then it entices the person to want to see it in theaters.
yeah.
But we come out with multiple trailers. I did not watch what isn't there like the first 5 minutes of Superman out there right now? Like, I don't want to see that right now. Like, I'm gonna wait for the whole thing.
Well, it's not the first one,
Is it
it's just
ex-
an extended trailer.
mhm.
It's kind of what we've seen, and they have maybe a couple
Don't tell me, don't no spoilers. But like,
scenes
but
it's
I mean
not
that
the first 5 minutes of the movie.
yeah. But instead of one trailer, we're in an era where there are multiple trailer variations, and you're seeing more and more.
Yeah.
All right, verdict. What do
Well,
you got?
actually,
Oh,
I so there's
YouTube
some
corner,
just
YouTube corner. What do you got?
yeah, a couple comments that I thought were funny. Again, similar to like sort of like our take on this. That like this person said, I really love how this trailer captures the beginning, the middle, and end of the movie, and make sure to get all the major plot points in so you don't have to miss a single thing before you walk into the theater.
Yeah. I mean, that's yeah, in a nutshell.
And there was this one I thought was pretty funny. Someone commented, "Murdering gay movie." Yes.
I mean, it is unique, right? Like we haven't seen it before. I'll give like I mean, that's the thing that's great and horrible about this trailer is it's like an original idea. It looks funny, but then they give too much of it away. Like if it was less like you said, I feel like people would be like, "Oh, it's another thing that's interesting. That's like not a rehash of something we've seen before."
Yeah, I like these kind of dark comedy, like these
Mhm.
where there's accidental murders, and the characters are maybe just a little too dumb to kind of just get out of it and
Mhm.
figure out
Mhm.
like the right solution. A movie that comes to mind that I haven't seen in a long while, Very Bad Things. Have you seen that?
Oh, I did a while ago. Wait, very bad thing. It's that's an old movie, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it came out, I'm gonna say 98.
Yeah.
But it has
That's
an
that's
ensemble
almost 30 years
cast.
ago. Holy moly. Yeah, that's
Christian Slater's in it, Daniel Stern, Jeremy Piven. If you don't remember, it's like a prostitute gets killed during a bachelor party accidentally,
mhm.
and then they kind of turn on each other. Um, Comedy ensues and murder and all that, but like in a dark way. And
Yeah, yeah.
it's so it's like it's not, the tone is humorous, but there's this murder, accidental murder. Some of them are purposeful murders in that movie,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, that's a fun. And this kind of seems very similar because they're obviously doing things purposeful and accidental,
Yeah. I mean,
involving
the
death and
only thing
murder.
that's left unanswered from the trailer is like what it what happens in the end? Are they going to go to jail for murder? Or is
Yeah,
it some Deus Ex Machina again, or some like, oh, this is the reason that it's okay. As you said, like, oh, it's a mob family, or it was corrupt, or oh, they actually died of poisoning because of lead pipes. Like,
but then you're like, oh, now that baby has no parents because Amanda Seyfried,
okay, yeah,
Seyfried
yeah,
probably
okay,
doesn't
but
want it. I don't know.
yeah, but do you want to give a newborn baby to a bunch of serial killers?
Well, they're not serial killers.
Did they kill 3 people maybe?
That's not. I don't think that qualifies as serial killer.
Oh, because they didn't because they had to? Because clearly serial killers don't believe they had to murder people.
No, I'm not saying that. It's just this is
They had to
not.
get rid of witnesses.
I don't think these qualify as
Wasn't
in the
wasn't the isn't the 3rd one
traditional
isn't the 3rd one in the
serial killer.
trailer a witness, and they're like, "Oh, no, it's not like that," and they, like, run after her?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I
I'm
don't think
sure I'm sure
in
they're
the
like,
traditional sense of a serial killer, this is not. I don't think
"Yes,
these
yes."
you would consider these serial killers. But I don't know. I guess let's see. Do I have anything else here to say about this one? Unfortunately, no. I think that kind of sums it up for
Yeah.
me. What's your rating?
I'd stream it. I'd stream it just to see it. I think it's funny, but, like, I'm not motivated to see it in theaters because I've already seen most of it in the trailer. And it's, yeah. But I definitely put it on. It seems like it's fun. It seems like it'd be an enjoyable movie. It won't make you think too much, but like seems fun.
Yeah, I'd stream it as well. Mostly because I want to see how it ends. Like,
Mhm.
what's the resolution? Do they get away with it? I kind of wish maybe I had like a Men in Black memory eraser so I can just wipe that I've seen the trailer and then go into it clean.
Yep.
Um, but maybe I'll watch it in a year and kind of forget all the beats of the trailer, and like it'll be like I'd never seen it. But yeah, stream it, but not rushing to streaming it. So,
Do we have any question for the comments, the audience to note? Think of one?
uh, what's your favorite Nick Kroll project? I don't know.
Yeah, why not? Favorite Nick Kroll. All right.
What's
Um,
yours? Do you want? Have you seen a lot of Nick Kroll stuff?
I actually haven't. But he was in the league, right?
Yeah, The League. He was funny in The
Yeah.
League. The animated show on Netflix, Big Mouth, is pretty
Oh
funny.
yeah, yeah. I
I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen all
that,
the
but
episodes. It's funny.
But yeah. So that's the question. Favorite Nick Kroll starring item. And
So next week, so when we record again, you're gonna have watched Companion,
yep,
and we could talk about it.
100%. Definitely.
And not on
I
that
did
tread
I did just start I did just
and you're not allowed to watch it on that treadmill. You just or not treadmill, your
no.
bike,
No, I'll try and watch it.
straight up.
Yes, I'll try and watch it straight up. I've been watching actually Agatha all along. I just started that. It's that's so good. Uh,
Is it? Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I just
I enjoy it.
I have not watched a Disney or a Marvel show in a while.
It's dark though. It's good. Yeah, I like it. I'm only in like episode 2.
Alright.
Anyway, descriptions, got the trailers, like, subscribe. Thanks for listening. You're awesome. Um, we like movies, and that's it.
That's it. Alright. See ya.